This conference will now be recorded.
In the yesterday class, we have been discussing about the rigid lasso regression, right? In the lasso, we are being calculating the coefficients, and I have already told you to change the alpha values and check your testing and training performance. Okay, see, I have changed the value to 0.001. Okay, if I change it to 0.001, my training score is 76 and testing score is 74. Okay, see, if you want to see the coefficients, nothing but we have used all the coefficients here. We have passed all the inputs as nothing but we have selected all the features as inputs. Okay, if you try to use this COEF underscore, you will get all the coefficient, all the slope values. Okay, and you can see, here some of the values are 0. See, we have already discussed that lasso regression will make some slopes 0 as it calculates magnitude. Okay, you can see that the values of the magnitude that have become 0 here. And if you want to see what are the features with which magnitude has got 0, see in the cancer I have the feature names, right? In the feature names, I am extracting those values which are 0. I am extracting those column names which are 0. So okay, here I am extracting which are the values not equal to 0. Okay, these for this iteration, it has taken these number of input features. Okay, in order to predict the output. Yes, we have done with this ridge and lasso. Now in the today's session, we are going to deal with the other regression called elastic net regression. Okay, another regularization. And see here in the lasso, I have told one wrong to you. See, this ridge regression is L2 regularization. Okay, this ridge regression is L2 regularization. L2 means what we are trying to do. We are trying to add some penalty of lambda here with the slopes, square of the slopes. Okay, and lasso is the L1 regularization. We try to find out the magnitude. Okay, last three I have given you the task. Okay, I told you to check the training and testing performance. That's it. Okay, this I have calculated the coefficients. Okay, if you want to make a note, please note it down. We will continue with the elastic net today, and at last we will try to work on one data set using all the algorithms you have learned in the regression. And we will close the regression part today. We will start with the classification tomorrow. Okay, please tell me if you have completed noting this. Okay, is this completed? Please tell me once. Data frame has object. You should not take cancer underscore df. Okay. Okay. Somebody is asking me to explain 68th cell. 68th cell is the feature names are present in our original data set, right? Cancer. Okay, from this we have defined our data set in a variable called cancer. Okay, in this under feature underscore names key, we are all having the column names. From that I am trying to extract the feature names. Okay, from that I am trying to extract the feature names which has got the coefficient, which has not got the coefficient 0. Don't use cancer underscore df here. Cancer underscore df has no key called feature underscore names. It won't work. Okay. Okay, shall we continue to the elastic net? Please tell me. Okay, for you, I think you have tested with some alpha value. How much training and testing score you got? Post me the alpha value you have tested with and score. Yes, for alpha 0.00 and 70 to 74. Okay. Okay, this is how we can find out the wanted and unwanted features, and we can select our features in this way also. But well, let us move to the next regression called next regularization technique. What is the next one? Elastic net. Elastic net regression. Okay, in the elastic net regression, we try to use the combination of lasso and ridge. Okay, why we should use the combination of lasso and ridge is, see what is some disadvantage in the ridge regression. See, in the ridge regression, if the model becomes overfitted, we try to add some penalty meter. Okay, we try to add some penalty called lambda. Okay, we try to add this lambda value, right? And we try to change our slope so that we introduce some, so that we reduce some steep of our equation, so that which gives you some good model performance. But what is the disadvantage here in the lasso? See, your model performance, it try to use all the features, right? It doesn't make any feature, any slope of your value to 0. Okay, it tries to reduce the slope, nothing but if you have find out the error, if you find out that cost function plus this penalty, okay, you are trying to reduce the slope, but you are not trying to make the slope 0. If you see the graph here, see in the lasso ridge regression, what are you trying to do? If your data is in this way, which is perfect, nothing but which is overfitted, you try to reduce your slope by adding some penalty, which is lambda here. Okay, you are not making the slope to become 0. So if slope becomes 0, how your equation looks like? Your line looks like this, right? Slope is 0 means your x values will become 0. Then the graph will look like this. You are not making this in ridge regression. Nothing but you are not making your slopes of your features to 0. Just you are trying to add some penalty meter called lambda, add weight. You are trying to add weight to your that mean square error and trying to introduce some error, or you are trying to reduce the slope of your line so that it performs well, it overcomes the problem of underfitting. Okay, but if there are 1000 features in your data, think that if there are 1000 features in your data, it is trying to use all the features. Okay, that becomes complexity. Your model is become very complex. Why? It is not trying to reduce your features, it is trying to reduce only the slope of your features but not to 0. Okay, it may, okay, if the model becomes complex, it affects on the model performance. Okay, it somewhat affects on the model performance if your data set has nothing but huge features. For example, I have taken 1000 features in my data, okay, in order to train my model. Okay, since we got the overfitting problem, I try to use ridge regression with these 1000 features. Even though I use ridge regression with 1000 features, okay, we are getting somewhat low performance from the model since it is not trying to, okay, it is not trying to make the slope 0, nothing but it is not trying to make the features unwanted features, but it is using all the features, so it becomes complex and it is affecting the model performance. Okay, for that what we have done, we have introduced with lasso. And what we are trying to do here, we are trying to add the penalty meter called lambda here, and we are trying to not only reduce the slope, we are trying to make some slopes to 0 by finding out the magnitude. Okay, we are trying to make some slopes to 0. If there are things that you have m1, m2, m3. Okay, if 2 and 3 are correlated with each other, okay, nothing but if second feature and the third feature has the same impact on the output y, there is no point in taking both the features. Okay, what does, if we find out the lasso regression, if these are correlated with each other, okay, if these are correlated, nothing but if these both input features have the same impact on the y, it tries to consider only one feature, it tries to remove one feature in lasso. That means what does it happen? Okay, it will make 1 0. Think that it has done m2 feature 0 and m3 it has taken for training. Okay, in the lasso, that is the process we are doing. It tries to make the unwanted features to 0, in what features it is trying to make 0, nothing but if two features are correlated, if two independent features are correlated, it is trying to make one feature to 0. But in some cases, in some data sets, okay, in some data sets, if it makes 0, if it makes slope of one feature to 0, we can, it leads to some loss of information from this feature. Okay, if these, although these two are correlated with each other, okay, if it removes this feature, we might lose some information which affects the model performance. Okay, for that, to avoid that also, to avoid this problem also, in some cases we need the features in order to overcome the problem of loss of information. In some cases we do not want some other features, okay, and we want to remove unwanted features. Okay, but in the ridge, there is no possibility to remove unwanted features. In lasso, there is no possibility to make the use of feature with some information, even though they are correlated. Okay, to avoid these problems, we use elastic net regression. Okay, elastic net regression. Elastic net regression is the combination of, okay, what is the disadvantage here in the lambda? In the lambda, we try, there is the with more features it becomes complex, and it affects on the model performance will be low, since it doesn't make slopes to 0. But in the lasso, what does it try to do? In the lasso, what it tries to do? It makes some of the features, removes unwanted features, try to remove unwanted features. But what is the disadvantage we have here? We have some loss of information. Actually, if there is small data, nothing but if there are some small number of features, we can use ridge and lasso. But think that you got the data set with number of features, then you can provide elastic net model algorithm to the model. Okay, what is loss of information? Okay, coming to the elastic net. Elastic net regression, it overcomes the problems in your lasso and ridge. Nothing but it is a combination of, it works better than your lasso and ridge. Combination of, how does the formula been converted? Tell me. If it is a combination of lasso and ridge, what is the formula? Nothing but mean square error or the root mean square error or the cost function plus. Okay, I am trying to write in this way. You can write even the cost function or the square error, least square error. Cost function plus, generally the cost function will be present in using theta variable. Okay, lambda slope. Okay, you should provide some multiplication symbol, lambda into slope whole square. This is ridge. It also tries to add lasso regression also, lambda into magnitude of slope. Okay, I have written magnitude, sorry, slope here. My cursor is moving here. Okay, let us try to apply the same data set, Boston data set. All of you try to apply Boston data set. From the same linear model, you try to provide the elastic net. Okay, this procedure is same. Try to do that. Okay, in today's class, all work is of yours only. Okay, are you doing it? From sklearn dot datasets import load underscore Boston. What is the next point? Try to create a data set. Boston equal to now create a data frame. Boston underscore df equal to pd dot data frame of Boston dot data. And we also provide columns, right? Boston dot columns equal to Boston columns equal to Boston dot feature underscore names. Let me load the data set here first. Okay, I have not imported corresponding libraries. Import pandas as PD. Yeah, you can even import, add the target column. Target equal to Boston dot target. Boston underscore df dot head. Okay, next, what is the next step? Please tell me. Are you doing it or not? What is the next step? Pre-processing. Okay. We should check if there are any null values. Boston dot is na dot sum. Okay, Boston underscore df. There are no null values. Now take x and y values here. X equal to Boston. Okay, what are the columns? Boston underscore df of Boston dot scaling. Yesterday we have done scaling with the Boston dataset. Okay. Try to apply without scaling. Okay, let us do scaling. Yesterday we have done, no? Take first x values here and also y values here. If we are doing it in the same Jupyter notebook, okay, you can skip these steps. Okay, now try to apply to your model. Here what we are trying to do, we are trying to use the in place of which try to place elastic net. That's it. Okay, I'm trying to change my values here. Linear underscore model, elastic net, not elastic. Okay, now try to do the performance test. Okay, model dot score. What is model dot score by? Okay, in order to find out the model, first we should predict our values. Y underscore predict equal to model dot predict of x underscore test. Try to find out the score. Model dot score equal to, sorry, y underscore test comma y underscore predict. Okay, we are trying to find out training and testing performances, right? X train comma y train. It is 65. Model dot score of x underscore test comma y underscore test 61. Change the alpha value and try to improve your scores. Also, we can change our random values here for training and testing. Okay, let me give some 100 and let me again see my training performance. 0.0. See, 0.0. Let me use the other 0.01. This it has increased 74, 71. Did anybody got 80? Please tell me. Did anybody got 80, near to 80? See, for 10 it has been decreased. Okay, let me take 0.1, 0.5. Okay, in this way we have to give some values to your alpha and check the proper value of alpha here. Okay, 69, 66. What is the highest uh, score you got? Please tell me. With which alpha value you got? For me, at 1 only, I got the highest score. Okay, now with 1, my training data has been changed. Let me again run this. Okay, my improvement, my model performance is not increased. Index showing like this. At which line, Subhash, at which line you are getting that error? See, I think some students will get 100 for training score. Did anybody got? Please tell me. First line. Ma'am, I got output found input variables with inconsistent. 45th second. See, you should try to write this correctly. I think you are having some errors here. Here, not Boston. Okay. Boston underscore DF. Have you used the same variables I have used? If you have used the same variables that I have used here, the Boston underscore DF. Try to change that. If you have used df1, use that variable only. See, I have not explained, since I have done with Boston dataset yesterday, I have not explained any steps to you in a deep way. Okay. If you have any doubts, ask me once. Try to use the variables that you have used in your Jupyter file. Okay. See, for this data point, at one point you will get 100 training data 100. Did anyone got that? Please respond once, or nearer to 90. What is the use of train size? Train size is nothing but we are taking 70% of our values from the data set to the training. Rest 30% will be preserved for testing. Train size 0.7 means 70% of the values we are taking for training. Nothing but 30% will go for testing. You can give either train size or test size. In the previous class, I have given the test size. When I am dealing with simple and multiple linear regression, I have given test size. Here I have given train size. You can use any parameter here. See, based upon your train size and test size also, your model performance will affect. Okay. Is this completed on your end? Please respond once. Students, is this completed? Okay, you can find out, you can see the coefficient values here. Okay, how do we see the coefficient values? Model dot. See, it has, since it uses lasso and ridge, it tries to remove some unwanted features also here. See, some values you got 0. Okay, now let us do. Now you should apply all the regressions that you have learned. Okay, what we have learned? Linear regression, and in order to make better regression, we have used tuning technique called ridge, lasso, and elastic net, right? Okay, I will give you one data set. You should work on that now. That is today's session. Okay, and if you have any doubts in this regression, ask me now itself. Tomorrow onwards, we will not working with the regression part. All of you open Kaggle. Let us download a dataset from Kaggle. Okay, let me once see if there is any dataset with large number of features. Okay, if not, we will try to download one dataset from Kaggle. If you have observed any dataset with large features, please tell me. We will use that. It has 4 datasets. See, 4 features. This is fine. Try to use this bankmarketing.csv. Bankmarketing.csv. Okay, try to apply the linear regression and also try to apply the regression that you have learned. That's your choice, and please tell me which has been worked better for this dataset. Will you do that? You should do. Okay, you should do, and you should tell me if you have any doubts in any process of using sklearn. Okay, I have posted the link in the chat box. Try to use that link. Okay, to read the dataset, pd dot read underscore csv bank marketing. Okay, I'm storing it in a variable called df, and let me print that here. See, if there is any pre-processing to be done, you should do all that also. Please remember. And it's your choice in order to pick your target variable here. Okay, here there are, what is this bank marketing? Well, which value you are taking as target variable? Please tell me. Why in the why which feature you are taking? Last one. Yes, if you are applying to your model, if you are trying to apply to your model this, if there is any string data, you should encode that. In pre-processing, have you done with encoding? Please tell me. Yes, then you can pre-process, there will be no problem. See, why here is not the continuous value, why you will apply regression to that? You should not take this variable. These are not continuous values, no? See, there is no continuous values here. Okay, if this data set is not suitable, let us stop this using. Okay, there are no continuous values here, constant values we have. Okay, let us use other data set from Kaggle. Insurance data set. Yes, it's regression. Where I tried to load this data set in a regularization. Please tell me if there are continuous values in your nr.employed. Please use value.counts and tell me. Okay, use this data set. Medical cost personal data set. I will post the link to you. Try to download this data set from Kaggle. Try to import that into your Jupyter notebook. Insurance. Try to load the insurance data set. And predict using regression algorithms. pd.read_csv insurance.csv. See how to, I think you know how to download a dataset from Kaggle. Okay. First you should sign in. If you didn't sign in, it will ask you to sign in with an account. Now click on download symbol. A zip file will get downloaded. Try to extract your file. Okay, there is a dataset here. You can directly give the path also. See, it is present in my downloads. Okay, I am giving the path here. Okay, my name should not have spaces, so that I will remove that spaces here. Okay, so insurance spelling I have written wrong here. Okay, we have less number of rows. Okay, fine. Try to apply the regression algorithms here. And tell me which worked better. Did anybody done with the linear regression? If you done, please respond with your accuracy. Nothing but the score and the error. See, Imran, try to first extract your zip file. Then give your path. If you are facing any difficulty, share your screen. I will help you. Try to extract your file. See who else have the problem of loading your dataset. Please respond once. I will help you. Imran, did you got that? Okay, try to extract your file. In the insurance dataset, what should we consider as feature and target? See here, there are insurance charges you have. These you can take the target. Okay, rest of the features you can take it as inputs. Okay, based on the BMI here, the charges, and also based on the region, based on the children, okay, based on the age, you can get the charges here. Okay, so you can take these charges as the output variable, the target variable. Rest of the features you can take it as. Then we cannot make linear regression. Why you cannot make linear regression? What is the reason? Have you plotted your graph? If there are float type values, you cannot use linear regression. Did I told any point like that? See, I have told you with multiple variables, no multiple linear regression you can apply. It is not possible with simple linear regression. If you want to take simple linear regression, you will select only this BMI column and charges column. Okay. See, there are no null values in this. Okay, there is no pre-processing step to be done for you. You can directly apply to the algorithms by selecting X and Y here. Okay. PLT dot. First, I try to plot my graph to see how the data is. PLT dot scatter of DF of BMI, and in the Y I am taking of charges, and next since I am using PLT, I need to import matplotlib here. Import matplotlib dot pyplot as PLT. See, all of you try to do this, try to apply. Okay. Up to now, I think what I have typed, you try to type that and see the output. But it's your turn now to practice and ask me if you have any problem in applying or using sklearn. For that purpose only, I have given time to you in order to practice. See, the data is in this way. Try to apply all the regression algorithms that you have learned and tell me which works better. You should ask me doubts if you have in doing. Okay, at least applying linear regression is completed. Please respond once. Nothing but at least one technique, one algorithm in regression. Have you completed? Simple linear. Okay, you have used only one dependent and one independent. You got 89. Okay. What about the others? Shravani tried to apply multiple linear regression and also polynomial linear regression and compare the score. Okay, I will also continue to do. See, except the output column, I am trying to take all the rest of the columns. In order to take all the rest of the columns, I need to do some pre-processing here as there are string inputs. Or directly you can use label encoding to encode these values. See, I'm trying to use the replace method in order to place some string values. Sorry, integer values. To change in the original data set also, I am using this in place method, in place attribute. Now if I check my data frame, see, it has been changed. In the same way, you can change yes, no, southwest, northwest, all that. Okay, try to change that. If you think that this is not that so important region, you can skip that column to apply to it your model. Okay, will you share your screen, Pragna, or will you share your screen? I will help you. Please tell me if you can share your screen. I will give the presenter option. Then I will help you to load your file. Okay. My screen is not visible. See, I have replaced values here. That's it. And the next one is df dot replace. How many values we have in that particular column region? Df of region dot unique. Yes, you can apply label encoding. See, we have southwest, southeast, northwest, and northeast. We should replace all these columns here. See, in any way you can do pre-processing. That's your choice. Now df dot head. Okay, my columns now they are good to apply. I'm trying to apply multiple linear regression here first from sklearn dot linear underscore model. Actually, you can apply age column, BMI column, charges column directly. Okay. Import linear regression. By giving the linear regression, you should create an object. Model equal to okay, what is the next step? You should select X and Y. We didn't selected X and Y, right? X equal to we are having first 6 columns. Df dot ILOC. See, if you take ILOC, I want only first 6 columns. By applying multiple linear regression, R2 is 73. Which columns have you applied? Have you applied all columns or only particular columns? Please tell me. All columns. Okay. Try to apply only age, BMI and see if your score is increasing. Okay, we have applied the model. We are trying to use this, right? I want all the rows and I want all the columns from 1 to 7. Okay, it starts from 0. I want from 0 to 6. And Y is charges, right? DF of charges. Try to apply to your model. Before applying, what should we do? We should try to split our data. To split our data, try to use the train test split method. Scaling techniques. See, these are not that many values we have. I think it will be fine if you do not apply scaling also. And apply scaling and try to do it. You try to apply scaling and try to do it. And if there is, observe the difference. That's it. Model dot fit of X comma Y. Wait. It is X train and Y train. X train and Y train. And I should see what are the values I got in X. Here I am using X underscore scale, that is wrong. Okay. Now it works. Yes, linear regression. Now try to predict your values. Somebody has given me the responses. Yes, thank you, Nagamani. I have changed. What is the next step? we should predict our values. Model dot predict of x underscore test, that I am storing it in y underscore predict equal to. Now try to apply the score. Model dot score, and you can also calculate the error. Okay, what is model dot score? X underscore train comma y underscore train. Okay, it is 0.11. Model dot score of x underscore test comma y underscore test. See, the score is very less to me. For the linear regression. See, did you got those who have applied the linear regression, tell me your scores. Only one has told me. $73 you got? Yes, one 11.53 and 12.0. Somebody got 74, 76. Who got 74, 76? Have you applied all columns, only particular columns? You removed children. Okay. What about Bhavani and Vishnuvardhan? All columns you have applied. And why for me this much low score? It depends upon our data. It's only 12, 11 to me. Okay, I try to apply polynomial regression here. Okay, I try to apply polynomial regression. To apply polynomial regression, what should I do? I should import my polynomial features here. From sklearn dot pre processing import polynomial features. Okay, next. See, for polynomial features, we should give the degree, right? Okay, I will see what degree suits better. I have not worked with this data set previously. Okay, so that let us use. We have already written some code to it, right? To find the iterations. For the time being, I am trying to copy that code. And I will see which degree suits better. Since I have copied, I should change some variables here. I have not given pre-processing from sklearn dot metrics import r2 underscore score. Okay, let us plot, or let us print our accuracy. Print let me restart my kernel. I have not written this one. No? Wait. Why are you using random forest? I have not explained random forest that it is under classification. Why are you using that? By using classification, what are you trying to predict? Please tell me. Sorry, by using random forest, what are you trying to predict? You are applying random forest regression. Okay. But you got random, with random forest regression, you got 97. But I haven't told you, no. Okay, if you know already, you can do it. Since I have restarted my kernel, I should run all these again. See, don't worry that there is random forest regression. Madam has not told to us. Don't think like that. See, when I explain the concept of random forest classification, then you can understand it very easily with regression. So that I have not explained to you those techniques now. I don't want from the starting. That is why I'm executing cell by cell. Now I got 75, 73 here. Okay, did you anybody applied polynomial regression? Please tell me what is the score you got? Students, did anybody have you applied polynomial regression? Okay, did anybody applied elastic or lasso or ridge? Okay, for Samir, you got 85. Okay. For polynomial or multiple? For polynomial. See, when we have shifted from linear to polynomial, somewhat our accuracy model performance has been increased. Okay. You have learned up to regularization, right? You should check with all the data, nothing but all regression techniques, and which algorithm you got the better, for which algorithm you got the better performance. You should choose that as you are beginner. Okay, by practicing in this way, you will be understanding that which type of data will give you which results. By practicing in this way only, you try to observe by seeing the data set and by seeing the visualization. You can see, you can observe that which algorithm can we apply for this data. That comes with only the practice only. Okay, if you practice with more and more number of data sets. Okay, for your polynomial regression also, if it now works better, what you try to do, you try to apply the regularization techniques and you can improve model performance. Okay, there are also, see, if your relationship is not linear, see, by seeing this, you can observe that this relation is somewhat not linear, right? Okay, if it is not linear, what you are trying to do, you try to do with polynomial, and if you didn't get the best results with the polynomial also, then there are some other regression techniques called decision tree, random forest. Okay, those we can apply, but we have not completed yet. I will tell you when we are done with the classification problems, classification algorithms. I will tell you at that time. When I am teaching random forest and decision tree classifications, I will explain regressor also at that time. Okay, try to apply ridge, lasso and elastic net also to the same data set and observe the accuracy. You should tell me the accuracy for those also. Sri, for which degree I got? Yes, Samir, which degree have you selected? Please tell me. See, from this 93, nothing but it is degree 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. From the 7th degree, I got some constant values here. Which degree have you taken? You have taken 3 or 7 or you have selected 8. Okay. See, from this, for me, from 7, it has been, I think it has been constant from 7. Okay, from 93 to 95, again 95, 95, 97. You can also take from 8. I think in that way he has selected 8. Okay, you are getting 90 from 8. That's okay. Wherever you get the constant values, from that point you can take it as the degree of polynomial. And now try to, okay, we have calculated the degree, no? Let us apply this. I got the degree 7. I'm taking degree 7. I try to apply to the model, and I'm trying to fit my model, trying to predict. Also see the score here. You can also split your data here. Split your data and try to see the score of training and testing data. See, if I take degree 8, I am getting some 95. Okay. In this way, you should select. Next, what is the next one? If you are not satisfied with the model performance here yet, with your training score and the testing score, you may proceed to the tuning parameters. Nothing but if you test your training score and testing score, if you have observed any overfitting, you can move to that regularization techniques. Okay. In that way, you will follow, you will try to apply these algorithms to your model. That's it for today. We will start the classification problems by tomorrow, and try to practice on more data sets with the regression. And if you have any doubts, feel free to ask now. Thank you one and all.
This conference